break in the weather allowed divers to recover the body of the pilot killed in a weekend plane crash in Dare County. 10 on your side has been covering this story since it broke late Sunday morning right outside the Dare County Regional Airport. Art Kahn joins us now live with new information, including an ID on that pilot. Art?
Yes, good evening, Nicole. The pilot has been identified as 49-year-old Greg Carlisle of Raleigh. Now, after speaking with his brother-in-law at the scene here today, Paul Beeman from Greenville, North Carolina, it's my understanding that Carlisle was an experienced pilot. Now, he was flying on a day trip out of Raleigh here to Manteo yesterday when the twin-engine Piper Seneca he had went down into the Croatan Sound within sight of the runway of the airport here. A female passenger on board was rescued from the water. Carlisle was killed in the crash, and yesterday rescuers were unable to retrieve his body from the sunken airplane. When the dive team got underway this morning, weather conditions had improved dramatically since Sunday when they were unable to remove the pilot's remains from the sunken airplane. But when the operation began this Monday morning, there was still some concern about how the recovery might work.
There's a possibility that we may have to bring the aircraft itself in with the decedent in the aircraft. There's a possibility we may have to do that, but as it stands right now, what we're trying to do is simply to get him out of the aircraft and bring him in.
Calm weather and sea conditions, along with the persistent efforts of the divers, enabled first responders to successfully remove the body of 49-year-old Greg Carlisle shortly before noon.
He died doing what he loved, which was flying. He was an excellent pilot. He was a wonderful human being.
And he was Paul Beeman's brother-in-law and friend. Naturally,
we're saddened and devastated. We lost, a really bright light.
Anytime there is a fatal plane crash, even when it involves a small aircraft like the one that crashed yesterday, it raises questions about the safety of air travel.
Flying is still the safest mode of travel that there is, and every now and then we have these situations to deal with.
Yeah, we still don't know the identity of the female passenger that was on the plane. We don't know the identity of the female passenger that was on that plane and rescued. We do know she was transported to a hospital in Greenville, and we believe that her injuries were not life-threatening. Now, the recovery of the pilot's body will certainly aid in the investigation into what caused this accident, but there are other questions that remain unanswered. I'll have more on that part of the story for you coming up tonight at 6. Reporting live from Dare County, Art Kahn, 10 on your side.